What's up, folks? Welcome to the Combat Fighting Channel. My name is Han, and I will be your host for this interview with Dave Zuniga from Dave's Gym Combat Arts. We got two fighters with us, Chris Joseph and Michelle Friesen. Now, Chris participated in a fight previously, which happened a couple of months ago, actually in November of 2021, at the Airdrie Martial Arts Centre. He did a knockout finish, and we got Michelle Friesen here, who participated in a fight, which was a part of the United Strong Gala by Vanessa Bellegarde at also the martial arts, the Airdrie Martial Arts Centre. It was in celebration of the International Women's Day that just happened. So we're gonna move into the interview now and just talk about the fights and how it happened, how Dave feels about it, how Chris Joseph feels about it, how Michelle feels about it. All right. So Dave, how much of the fights do you remember? Is it a blur in your head?
Oh, I remember every fight that's ever happened that I've been in.
All right, so I got a couple of things ready here. First of all, before we get into this, Dave, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your gym?
Okay, yeah. I've been training Muay Thai, kickboxing, 28 years. I competed full amateur pro career. I'm coaching about 10 years now, and it's my full-time job, and I've been coaching full-time about 6 years.
Right, and from my knowledge, in Winnipeg, you are one of the only coaches with big ring experience, right? Big arena experience. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, big. Yeah, I had a lot of amateur bouts. I had about 40 pro fights, and yeah, I've been in Thailand over a year. Fought out there a lot. Fought in the stadiums in Thailand. Nothing big, but yeah, I've competed quite a bit in Thailand too.
That's awesome. And all I've ever heard, by the way, is good things about you. Your fighters have always been praising you. Everyone that I know praises you. All the other coaches praises you. And I appreciate everything you do for the fighters. Because Dave, if you guys don't know, is in Winnipeg. We're in Calgary. Every time we have a fight in Calgary, or Airdrie, technically, which is north of Calgary, Dave drives from Manitoba all the way here with his fighters to put on the show. So I really appreciate that, Dave.
Thanks. Yeah, we do fly sometimes. We want to have kids fighting. You know, it's not fair for the promoter to pay flights for the parents and that. So we'll drive down when there's juniors. I just, throughout the pandemic, I felt really bad. A lot of the promoters, I know promoters that lost a lot of money during the pandemic on canceled events. And it's less of a risk to promoters if we just drive down. So I told them, listen, we'll for the next little while, we'll drive down, make it safer for them. They can make a bit more money. And as long as they get us fights, I'm happy.
That's great. All right, so let's get into this. Let's do Chris's fight first because it wasn't a long fight. So we should be able to replay it pretty quick, okay? So I'm going to go onto the Bellegarde's YouTube channel here and rope it in, all right?
All right.
This. Okay, so the beginning. All right, so here's the beginning of Chris Joseph's fight. What goes on in your head, Chris, during these fights in the beginning?
Just do what we work on in training every day.
How about you, Dave? Before the fight happens, you're always in the corners doing a prep talk, right? What kind of prep talk do you give your fighters?
Well, Chris is naturally athletic. He's long, tall, working on range, popping the jab out, getting the teep in, landing the big shots early, establishing himself. With a big puncher like Chris, it's always good to land something hard right off the start and set the tone of the fight, set the pace. Chris is easily able to get off first, I found, in most of his fights before. So working on establishing that, getting the shots off first, and just controlling the pace.
Right. And I think over here, right in the beginning, Chris establishes the tone with a very hard side kick to the ribs.
Yeah, rounds kick. He's got a strong jab. Pop the head back a few times as well.
Okay, so let's just go through this quickly here. I mean, I'll fast forward a little bit. But actually, no. Let's go. Let's play it right here. So, for those of you that don't know, it was a pretty quick fight, and it ended right here. Chris went in, boom, right there. And that was it. So Chris, you obviously remember this fight, right? And this knockout. Can you describe it to me from your point of view?
Yeah. So I think I was trying to find the range with the teep, and then I noticed that I didn't land it, but he still reacted to it by kicking my leg. So then I just faked it to get inside, but I just noticed his hand was like he went to swipe the next one because he thought the teep was coming, and he wasn't guarding his head. So then I threw the left hook. Originally, I was going to throw a knee to come into the clinch with him because I was finding some success with that.
Yeah, it's just a
long answer.
Just a basic technique we work on in the gym. Throwing a technique like a range tool, like a teep or a jab, getting the opponent to react from it, and that's how you set up your feints and fakes. And that's what Chris did. Fake the teep and bang, a left hook, and that was it.
Right. So something like this is just something that you teach all your fighters on a basic
Yeah,
level.
just basic stuff. Yeah, it's basic. Well, the basics are the fundamentals, right? Your straight punches and roundhouse kick, teep. Okay, but then setting those things up is a little more in depth and advanced, and that's what we're working on with Chris. Setting getting a reaction off the teep. Chris started faking his teep, getting a reaction, and then came the left hook.
Right. And I'll cut in the video afterwards when I'm done. When I edit the video, I'm going to cut this in to show it more. I'll show the full video so that the audience can see what's going on. So yeah, Chris, that was an amazing fight. It was really quick, and I've had a lot of comments about it because it was so quick that a lot of people didn't see what happened, and they were bugging me to put some replays on, but I had to follow the rules of my recording and edit it and post it according to the agreements that I have. So it took a bit of time, but I want to let you know that a lot of people were like, "What happened?" And they were dazed and confused because it happened so quick that they blinked and they just didn't see what happened, So yeah, congrats to you for that. When is your next fight, Chris?
I was supposed to fight this upcoming weekend, but I got injured during training. I've been training through an injury for quite some time, and I just got to take some time off and heal up and be back stronger.
Yeah, we're gonna play day by day. He's got a bit of a back injury, and things like that at a young age. Chris is only 25.
Yeah,
only 25. It's good. It's best to take a few months off, let the injury fully heal before we get back into some serious training. I'm hoping to get him back in after the summer. We'll see how it goes. We'll play week by week, but it's nothing that we want to push too hard until he's fully ready to train again.
Yep. And I think that's the way to go. There's no point in injuring yourself when you're that young because it does catch up to you when you get older. Definitely. It's great that you care about your fighters, Dave. I like that. All right, Chris and Dave, do you want to say any last words about that fight?
Yeah, it's a great example of just the work we put in the gym. And we've been working a lot on feints and fakes. And Chris has the power to really, really hurt you with one shot. And those feints work great for him, and we're going to keep up with it and, always mix other things up in our game. But, it was just a good result on, some hard work that we did in the gym.
All right, folks. That concludes part 1 of this interview with Dave Zuniga from Dave's Gym Combat Arts. Part 1 was focused more on Chris Joseph, while part 2 of the interview is going to be more focused on Michelle Friesen, which is another student of Dave's. In the description below, I'm going to put links to the full fights that we're talking about in this interview. So check there for that. If you did enjoy the content, please drop us a like and subscribe if you want to see future content like this. However, until next time, peace out.